Alhamdulillah, in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My beloved brothers and sisters, I want to begin by speaking directly to the part of your heart that is currently waiting. Have you ever poured your soul out in prayer until you had no more tears left to cry? You raised your hands. You woke up in the middle of the night. You asked Allah for that job. You asked Him for that spouse. You asked Him to heal that sickness or to fix that broken relationship. You asked with certainty. You asked with hope. But then days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months have perhaps turned into years. And all you hear back is silence. The situation has not changed. The door has not opened. The pain has not gone away. You begin to wonder if something is wrong. You start to whisper to yourself. You ask if Allah is angry with you. You ask if your voice is blocked from reaching the heavens. You ask if you have been forgotten in the vastness of this universe. This feeling of spiritual silence is one of the heaviest tests a believer can face. It feels like you are standing alone in a desert screaming for water, and the only reply is the echo of your own voice. But I am here to tell you today that your interpretation of this silence is wrong. We view silence as absence. We think that if Allah is not giving us what we want right now, then He is not working. But in the kingdom of Allah, silence is not absence. Silence is intense activity. Silence is preparation. Think about a building site. Before the skyscraper goes up, they dig down. They spend months behind fences. You cannot see the building. You only see dust. You might think nothing is happening. But deep in the ground, they are laying a foundation strong enough to hold something massive. The higher the building, the deeper the foundation must be. The longer the silence, the bigger the miracle. Allah is not ignoring you. He is building your foundation. He is preparing your character to carry the weight of the blessing He is about to send. If He gave it to you yesterday, it might have crushed you. If He gives it to you today, you might lose it. So He holds it back. He is not saying no. He is saying not yet. Allah Almighty comforted the greatest man to ever walk the earth with this very truth. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, experienced a period where the revelation stopped. The angel Jibreel did not come. The connection felt severed. The people mocked him. They said his Lord had abandoned him. His heart was heavy with grief. He felt the crushing weight of that silence. And then Allah revealed the beautiful verses of Surah Al-Duha to break that silence. He said, "Your Lord has not taken leave of you, O Muhammad, nor has He detested you." This verse is not just for the Prophet. It is for you. When the answer is delayed, Allah has not taken leave of you. He does not hate you. He has not walked away. He is closer to you now in your brokenness than He was in your ease. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us that sometimes the delay is actually a sign of love. We think it is a sign of rejection, but the Prophet explained a different reality. He said that verily Allah loves a servant. So He calls upon Jibreel and says that I love so-and-so, so love him. But regarding the dua, there is a narration that suggests when Allah loves the voice of His servant, He delays the response so that the servant may continue to call upon Him. He wants to hear you. He misses your voice. When you are happy, you might forget to call Him. But when you are desperate, you call Him with sincerity. That connection you have right now in your pain is more valuable than the thing you are asking. Do not despise the silence. It is in the silence that the seed splits open to become a tree. My beloved brothers and sisters, I want you to imagine a child who is crying because he wants to play with a sharp knife. He sees the shiny metal. He sees how it cuts through fruit. He thinks it is a toy. He screams and kicks and begs his mother for it, but the mother puts it on a high shelf. She ignores his tears. Is she being cruel? No. She is being merciful. She knows that if she gives him what he wants right now, he will hurt himself. He is not ready for the responsibility of that object. His hands are too small. His understanding is too limited. We are exactly like that child in the eyes of Allah. We beg for a specific job. We beg for a specific person. We cry when we do not get it. We think Allah is withholding good from us. But Allah is looking at our spiritual hands. He sees that our hands are still too weak to hold that blessing without dropping it. He sees that our hearts are not ready to handle the weight of that success without becoming arrogant. Allah Almighty operates on a timeline that is completely different from ours. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want fast food. We want instant messages. We want same-day delivery. We have lost the art of patience. We think that if a prayer is not answered in 24 hours, then it is rejected. But Allah is the all-wise, Al-Hakim. He knows the perfect moment for the rain to fall. If the rain comes too early, it ruins the harvest. If it comes too late, the crops die. It must come at the exact appointed time. The silence you are experiencing is simply the time between the planting of the seed and the harvest. The seed is underground. It is dark. It is tight. It feels like a grave. But it is actually a womb. The seed is not dead. It is preparing to break through the soil. You cannot scream at a flower to make it bloom faster. You have to water it and wait. Your du'as are the water. The silence is the growing season. Allah Almighty explains this precise calculation in the Quran. He tells us that He possesses the treasures of everything we desire, but He releases them according to a schedule that He designed for our ultimate benefit. He says in Surah Al-Hijr, "And there is not a thing but that with us are its depositories, and we do not send it down except according to a known measure." Look at the phrase, known measure. It is calculated, it is precise, it is not random. The delay is part of the measurement. He is measuring your patience. He is measuring your trust. He is waiting until your character matches your destiny. If He gave you the kingdom today, you might become a tyrant. So He keeps you humble in the hallway of silence so that you can be a just ruler when you finally enter the throne room. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned us about the one thing that cancels our prayers during this waiting period. It is not the sin, it is the impatience. It is the attitude of giving up. He taught us that the response is guaranteed as long as we do not rush the Creator. He said in a narration found in Sahih Muslim that the supplication of every one of you is granted if he does not grow impatient and says, "I supplicated, but it was not granted." This statement, "I prayed, but it was not granted," is the trap. It is the moment you stop watering the flower. It is the moment you walk away from the door just as it was about to open. Do not let the silence trick you into silence. Keep knocking. The door of Allah may seem closed, but it is never locked. He is just testing how badly you want to come in. And before we move to the next reminder, I ask you kindly, if this touched your heart even a little, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and write a comment below. Tell me where in the world you are listening from. My beloved brothers and sisters, we must understand that the silence of Allah is actually a conversation. It is a conversation without words. It is a conversation of the heart. When you are going through a difficulty and you hear nothing but silence, Allah is teaching you how to listen to your own soul. He is teaching you how to detach from the noise of the world and attach to the stillness of the divine. Think about the prophets. Every single one of them went through a period of isolation, a period of waiting, a period of silence. Musa was in the desert for years, Yusuf was in the well and then in the prison for years. Younis was in the belly of the whale. Why? Because greatness cannot be born in a crowd. Greatness is born in solitude. Allah isolates you so He can insulate you. He pulls you away from the reliance on people so you can learn the reliance on Him alone. The silence you feel is actually a spiritual gym. When you go to a gym, you lift heavy weights to tear your muscles. It hurts, it is uncomfortable. But that tearing is necessary for the muscle to grow back stronger. If the weight was light, it would not grow. The silence of unanswered prayer is the heavy weight. It tears your spiritual muscles. It tests your faith. It forces you to dig deeper into your trust. You have to wake up for tahajjud when you don't feel like it. You have to make dua when you don't see any results. This struggle is building a resilience in you that you will need for the big blessing that is coming. If Allah gave you a massive responsibility without this training, you would collapse under the pressure. He is building your spiritual stamina. He is making you unbreakable. Allah Almighty confirms that this struggle for guidance is the very path to finding Him. He does not promise that the path will be easy. He promises that the path will be worth it. He tells us that the effort we put in during the silence is what opens the doors of wisdom. He says in Surah Al-Ankabut, "And those who strive for us, we will surely guide them to our ways. And indeed, Allah is with the doers of good." Notice the word strive. Striving implies resistance. It implies difficulty. It implies pushing against a closed door. But the promise is, we will surely guide them. The guidance comes after the striving. The breakthrough comes after the breakdown. The silence is the period of striving, where you prove to Allah that you are serious about His path. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, gave us a glimpse into the hereafter that changes how we view our unanswered prayers and our struggles. He described a scene on the Day of Judgment that should make us grateful for every moment of silence and delay we experience in this life. He said in a narration found in Sunan at-Tirmidhi that the people who lived in comfort will wish that their skins had been cut with scissors when they see the rewards of those who suffered calamity. Just imagine that. The people who got everything they wanted immediately will look at the people who waited. They will look at the people who suffered in silence, and they will wish they could trade places. They will wish for the pain because the reward is so magnificent. Your silence today is your currency for tomorrow. Do not waste it by complaining. Use it to buy your palace in paradise. My beloved brothers and sisters, we must consider another profound reason for this silence. Sometimes Allah is silent because He is busy protecting you from something you cannot see. We are like children who cry because our parents took away a colorful bottle. We think it is juice, but the parents know it is poison. We scream, we kick, we say our parents do not love us. But in reality, their refusal to give us that bottle is the greatest act of love. If they gave it to us, we would be destroyed. Allah Almighty sees the future that is hidden from your eyes. You are asking for a specific spouse. You think they are perfect. But Allah sees that in 5 years they will leave the faith. He sees they will abuse you. He sees they will lead you to hellfire. So He closes the door. He remains silent to your request. You feel heartbroken. But the angels are amazed that you are crying over a calamity that was averted. We must understand that every rejection is actually a divine redirection. When you pray for something and the answer is no, or the answer is silence, it is because Allah has a better plan for you. He is not just keeping things from you, He is saving things for you. Imagine you are running to catch a flight. You are late. You hit every red light. You get stuck in traffic. You are stressed. You are angry. You miss the plane. You sit in the airport and you complain. But then you find out that the plane had a terrible engine failure. Suddenly your anger turns into gratitude. Suddenly the traffic was a mercy. The red lights were a blessing. The silence of Allah in your life is exactly like those red lights. He is slowing you down to save you from a crash that you cannot see coming. He is blocking a path that leads to a cliff, so He can guide you to a path that leads to a garden. Allah Almighty tells us this hard truth in Surah Al-Baqarah. He challenges our limited human perception. He tells us that our emotions are not the standard of truth. He says, but perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you. And perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. And Allah knows while you know not. This verse should be the motto of every believer who is facing a silent period. Allah knows while you know not. You know what you want. But He knows what you need. You know the desire of today. But He knows the consequence of tomorrow. Trust His knowledge over your feelings. Trust His silence over your demands. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us to have a mindset of total victory, regardless of the outcome. He described the believer as someone who wins in every single scenario. He said in a narration found in Sahih Muslim, strange is the affair of the believer, for there is good for him in every matter, and this is not the case with anyone except the believer. If he is happy, then he thanks Allah and thus there is good for him. And if he is harmed, then he shows patience and thus there is good for him. This is the secret. If Allah gives you what you want, it is good. If He stays silent and withholds it, it is also good. It means the withholding is the blessing. It means the silence is the gift. Do not fight the protection of Allah. Embrace it. Know that if He shut a door, it is because there was a monster behind it. And if He is making you wait, it is because the King is preparing a gift that is worthy of your patience. My beloved brothers and sisters, we have reached the end of our journey together today. We have walked through the valley of silence. We have understood that this silence is a preparation. It is a protection. It is a purification. Now I want to leave you with a final thought that should fill your heart with excitement. Think about the nature of gifts in this world. If you ask someone for a glass of water, they can give it to you in seconds. It requires no preparation. But if you ask a king to build you a palace, he cannot give it to you in seconds. He has to call the architects He has to clear the land. He has to gather the finest materials. The construction takes time. The silence you are experiencing right now is simply the sound of construction. You asked Allah for something big. You asked Him for a righteous spouse. You asked Him for a career that changes the world. You asked Him for Jannah. These are not glasses of water. These are palaces. The silence is long because the blessing is massive. You must realize that the shaitan wants you to give up right before the miracle happens. He knows that the relief is close. He knows that the dawn is about to break. So he whispers to you in the darkest hour of the night. He tells you that it is over. He tells you that Allah is not listening. But you must fight those whispers with the weapon of hope. You must remember the story of Prophet Yusuf. He waited in the well. He waited in slavery. He waited in prison. The silence lasted for years. But when the silence finally broke, he did not just get his freedom back. He became the treasurer of Egypt. He became a ruler. Allah did not just return him to his old life. He elevated him to a status he could never have imagined. This is what is happening to you. The silence is the elevator that is taking you to the top floor. Do not jump out at the basement just because it is taking too long. Allah Almighty gives us a promise in the Quran that is so beautiful it brings tears to the eyes. He speaks to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, after a period of difficulty. But he is also speaking to every single one of us who is waiting for a breakthrough. He says simply, "And your Lord is going to give you, and you will be satisfied." Pause and think about that word, satisfied. He did not say He will just give you what you asked for. He said He will give you until you are pleased. He will give you until you smile. He will give you until you forget the pain of the waiting. The generosity of Allah is so vast that when He finally breaks the silence, His gift will overwhelm you. It will be better than your dreams. It will be better than your plans. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, clarified exactly what happens to all those prayers that seem to disappear into the silence. He wanted us to know that no request is ever wasted. He said that there is no Muslim who calls upon